Hello everyone and welcome to Roadmap. Today's topic is transportation and excretion in plants and animals part 3. And if you like the video, don't forget to click on thumbs up button below. And you can also subscribe and share videos, and you can also give your suggestions in the comment section. So topics to be covered are introduction, transportation of materials in unicellular and multicellular organisms, transportation of materials in plants, human circulatory system, excretion in plants, excretory system in humans, excretion in some other animals. So, coming to the introduction part, I'll just give a glimpse of it because already I have covered introduction and the transportation material which takes place in unicellular and multicellular organisms and also in plants. So I'll just give a glimpse of it. You can go check back the videos and you can again come back here because it will give you a better explanation and you'll be able to link things and concepts in a better way. So now, first tell me, why do we eat food? Because it gives us energy to do work, and then how it is digested and absorbed with the help of digestive system. So for all that, there is a transportation system which is very necessary, and it is the transportation of materials in unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms, like in amoeba and paramecium unicellular organisms, and multicellular organisms like algae. And it also takes place in plants with the help of xylem and phloem vascular tissue system. So all this we have covered in our previous videos. So coming now to the human circulatory system, we'll learn about it. What is a human circulatory system? And in the circulatory system, which the transportation material system which takes place in man is called as the human circulatory system. So let's learn in detail about it. Human circulatory system. Now, from this figure, what you're able to get? Just look at it and figure out. There is a heart, and our body has numerous veins. Our body is connected with the network of veins, and there are arteries connected to it. So all these contains the human circulatory system. Now, coming to it, human circulatory system consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. So we'll learn about the functions, what are the features of heart, how heart is made up, like it has got 4 chambers. Then what is blood vessels, what are the functions of blood vessels, what is blood, how blood is important, and what are the functions of blood in detail. So heart consists of it is the most sensitive part of our body, and it is located in the chest cavity slightly towards. So this is our heart. From this figure we can get that it is 4 chambered. So the human heart consists of 4 chambers, and the heart is most sensitive part of our body. It is located in the chest cavity slightly towards the left. The size of the heart is nearly equal to that of our fist. So if we have to think that how our heart is, it is the size of our fist. The human heart consists of 4 chambers. The 2 chambers are upper chambers, which are named as right and left ventricles, and 2 lower chambers named right and left auricles. Sorry, the upper chambers are left and right auricles, and the 2 lower chambers named right and left ventricles. The left ventricle contains oxygen-rich blood, while the right auricle and ventricle contain blood mixed with carbon dioxide. The right and left sides are separated by a wall, which is called as septum, and the valves in the heart help the blood to flow in one direction only. So the most important part is that the valves in the heart helps the blood to flow in only one direction. The main functions of the heart is to pump blood to all parts of the body. The heart pumps about 5 liters of blood per minute. So the important part is our heart pumps about 5 liters of blood per minute. Now, coming to the heartbeat. Now, what is this diagram about? Think of it. This is a stethoscope and why it is used to know how much is our heartbeat. So let's learn in detail what is heartbeat all about. The heart keeps on beating continuously, right? You must have, when you put your hand towards your heart, you will be able to get your heartbeats, right? The heart keeps on beating continuously. You can feel the heartbeat if you place your ear against your friend's chest, right? Or you can also keep your hand towards your heart. The heart beats on an average is 72 times a minute. A newborn baby has a heartbeat of about 140 per minute and a 3-year-old of about 100 per minute. This periodic contraction and expansion is called as heartbeat. So there is a contraction of heart and there is an expansion of heart. You can just have keeping your hand towards it, you can just feel it, and doctors make use of the stethoscope to count the rate of heartbeat. So this is all about the heartbeat. Now coming to the pulse and pulse rate. Now when the blood is pumped into an artery by the heart, it expands and produces a throbbing movement. This throbbing movement is called as pulse. The number of beats per minute is called as pulse rate. In a healthy person, the normal pulse rate is 72 times per minute. This means that the heart expands and contracts to pump blood 72 times in a minute. So, this is all about the human circulatory system. We'll also learn in detail about the blood and blood vessels in the further videos. So I hope you like the video and you can give your suggestions in the comment section, and thank you for watching.